The reticulat's all dry, and now I'm going to apply dye stain in medium brown by General Finishes with a foam brush. I'm gonna run a sanding pad over this real quick to make sure it feels pretty smooth, but just to make sure all the nubbins are off, and then we'll apply this. Now it's time to wipe it off. You can always apply a second coat, so don't worry too much if it has not gotten as dark as you like. Pretty. I'm just using a t-shirt to wipe it off. And then I will let it dry and then decide from there if I want to add another layer of stain. And one last swipe to make sure it's all even, and then we'll let her dry and go from there. I used 2 coats of the General Finishes dye stain. It's all dry, turned out beautifully, so now I am going to add a top coat. I am using General Finishes wipe-on urethane. It's an oil base, so I will use a folded up t-shirt and put a couple, maybe 3 coats of the gel urethane on this to protect it. It really is quite easy to do. I just stir it up with a stir stick, and then I put some into a plate, and then I just use my t-shirt to apply it. Not really any special way other than I get it on there, and then I make sure that it's laid out nice and evenly. And I don't really feel the need to get a real heavy coat on it because I will go back over it a second and a third time. So I'll wait till it dries and then just add another coat. But once I do apply it, I like to have it very evenly spread out. Notice I'm not being super particular about how I'm applying it, just carefully and smoothly. I like to put it in a plate and I don't like to dip right into the can because I don't want to contaminate the rest of the product that's in the can. So I just put it on a plate and then just grab it from there. Okay, so now I've got it applied. Now I am using my same t-shirt that I applied it with and just kind of running down the full length, following the grain to make sure that it's smoothly applied and that there's no big ridges or anything. Then I'll let this dry for several hours. I will probably come back tomorrow and do the next coat. It helps when you have an overhead light because you can see the shine of the newly applied coat and see if you applied it everywhere. But if you haven't, you did miss a spot, you just will pick that up next time in your next coat. I'll give you a close-up look. This General Finishes Gel Topcoat, which is a wipe-on urethane, is very durable because it's an oil base. And I usually use it on my stained tops, partly because it's very durable, but partly because it will amber. So on a stained top, it's not going to matter that much. As you can see, it's already an amber color, a little bit of yellow in that wood grain, so it's going to be fine using polyurethane.